Hi, I'm Kili, also known as Kelly.
And I'm Fili, also known as Alex.
Welcome to our corner of the Shire,
Where we will show you how to bring Middle-earth
into your daily life to keep you
a happy hobbit.
Just wish I had a potato. I'm so hungry and that's all I can think about.
You know, I can't even eat, and a potato sounds good to me.
Really?
It sure does.
How would you eat it?
Well, you can boil them, mash them.
That's true.
Stick them in a stew, just like those little hobbits like to do.
They sure make a good potato stew.
You can even fry them into chips, put them between two pieces of bread with some mayonnaise. Call it a tato sandwich.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, you should try it.
I just don't even know where to find a potato because the Michel Delving Market is already closed.
Well, I do know Aragorn stores them all around the forest.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they can store for a long time, and he likes to hide them in little nooks and nests, so he always has something to eat when he's out traveling.
Yeah, that's a very convenient source of energy and not protein, nutrients. It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you suppose his closest stash is?
Well, I have a map to all of them.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so hand it over, Daggerlad. I want my potatoes.
I will defend his potato nest with my life.
You're choosing Aragorn's potato nest over my need for
They
potatoes?
are sacred items to the Rangers of the North.
All right, fine, whatever, weirdo. I'm gonna go find Kili. She always knows where these things are.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Have fun with your loser sword. Kili, do you know where we can find potatoes? Do we have any? What are those? Those aren't potatoes, are they? Oh God, I don't even want to touch that.
No, they're carrots, believe it or not.
Oh, really? They're very different. I like it.
Yeah, they kind of look like goblins from Goblin Town.
They sure do. Wow, that's impressive. But
What were you saying about potatoes?
well, I was just wondering if you have any or know if we have any because a Daggerland won't tell me, but apparently Aragorn has them buried all over the woods and he won't give me the map to find them and I really want a potato. And those aren't potatoes.
Aragorn has potatoes buried all over the woods?
Oh yeah, everyone knows that. It's common knowledge. I
guess I've really been out of the ranger loop.
Actually, it's only close friends of Aragorn's who know this kind of stuff. So,
Oh, I thought
it's actually in the loop. It's actually in a small loop of his inner circle of friends.
Oh.
The inner circle. So you might be on the middle inner.
I don't think I'm even in the circle.
But now
That's okay because you're in luck. I was just about to harvest some of our new potatoes.
You grew potatoes?
Yeah, you want to come help?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
So, Fili,
Yes.
this is red potatoes that, well, I think it's red potatoes, actually, I'm not 100% sure.
Are red potatoes like the ones you see on St. Patrick's Day in at least the U.S.?
Sometimes. They're usually called new potatoes just
Okay.
because they mature faster.
Okay.
So for some reason they call them new potatoes, but mine have kind of been maturing at the same rate as the other potatoes, and that's something I will do differently next year. I won't plant different varieties combined because some of them that mature faster, I'm hesitant to dig them up because I might bother the other ones. So that's something I should definitely do different. But this is ones that I cut up and planted. These are ones I planted whole. Now they are from different individuals, or like companies. I bought this from a company from the local garden store, and I got these ones from someone on eBay who just was growing their own potatoes. So I am really curious though to see if there's a big difference in size or yield.
Yeah.
This is a bigger bucket. There's going to be more potatoes in there. I plant more potatoes in there. But, so it's not like a true experiment, but we could still compare the size.
But it's still a surprise because you never know.
No, it's like Easter.
I
This
know.
is the most exciting part. Hopefully they look nicer than my carrots.
You know, little orc urukai babies are abandoned all over
They're
Middle
like little
Earth.
horny goblins.
I know. All I see is a bucket of straw. Where are my potatoes?
This is what's left of the potato vine.
Oh.
So if we remove the straw, wow, they're just like a little nest.
Wait, they look like little cute dragon eggs or something.
Oh my goodness. And yes, there are a lot of, we call them pill bugs.
That is so cool.
I've noticed though the pill bugs don't actually eat the potatoes unless the potatoes start rotting. But look, they grew from this plant. Look at them.
Holy cow. That's so impressive.
And you'll get these little teeny tiny ones that you can still roast up if you want.
That is so cool. They're little Barbie potatoes.
They are. Barbie Playmobil potatoes.
Yes, or wee little hobbitling, little bite-sized pieces.
So I've let these dry out a little, and they will have dirt on them. You just want to gently rub the dirt off.
I can't believe that you grew those. They literally look like they came straight out of the Michel Delving Market bin.
Why? Everything's about the Michel
They're
Delving
such
Market.
a rich... Wait, what did you say?
Nothing.
I love the Michel Delving Market, okay?
Yeah, I've noticed. So, yeah. So these little guys you could roast up if you want. Wow. I'm not sure if this one had 2 plants in it or not. Look, it keeps going. So you don't want to wash these until you're ready to eat them because the little bit of dirt on them actually helps them store properly. But you can rub some of the extra dirt off. I'm gonna have to put these in my box because my hand is...
That is so cool. What a harvest. I am so happy.
So from one potato, go away little bugs, go on. And I'm happy too because I can replant in this bucket now. I have all these pill bugs are in there.
I was gonna say, what a great way to be able to, what the word is, for, you got one potato you plant and then look how much you get in return.
I know.
And then the same with the pod, you can just reuse it.
Yeah, I'd put some more
Good for Mother Middle
mulch
Earth.
and all that in there. I'd put some more fertilizer in there. And these are all organic as well. That's the way I do it. Which can make things more of a challenge, but...
It's better in the long run.
I think so. So, let's see. So these
What
were
else have
reds.
we got in there? It's like uncovering little urukais out of the dirt.
I don't think there's any deep in the soil. That soil feels fairly compact. Oh, that's a rock. But I think I see some yellow potatoes over here.
No way. Did you plant them?
I must see. This is what I mean by mixed varieties.
There's quite a lot of rollies in there, huh?
Yes, we have an infestation. That's a teeny tiny red potato. Okay, here's a yellow.
They're so cute. Growing potatoes is so fun. You get to just dig them up and find these dragon eggs.
Yeah, it's like the carrots.
Like, look at people. Look how pretty this is. Like, it's a rich. It looks like a dragon fruit or something.
Oh, there's a worm. Sorry, worm. We love worms in the garden.
Yeah.
This one needs to dry a little.
The roly-polies, if only they could dine on other food, they could hang out, but
they've been an ongoing thing.
Yeah, there used to be a
bus.
a potato. Yeah. No.
In fact, it was a potato. I had a potato from the store that I let start to rot so that they'd go on it. Then every morning I'd take them and dump them in the roly-polies in the woods.
Yeah, Kili ran a shuttle service for the roly-polies on a dragon.
Very quickly, unfortunately, the roly-polies just took over.
Yeah.
So, okay, we didn't get as much out of this yellow potato. I think this is it for the yellow potato. Because that's pretty compact, but what I think is interesting is how moist this soil is, and I haven't watered it for days and days.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
So that's good that it's maintaining
And what
moisture.
is the more dry-looking kind of gray straw? Is that just older straw?
Yeah, that's the first kind of grass hay that I put on when I first started.
Okay. I see.
Some of it's still kind of green, but as that decomposes, that just adds a lot of organic, rich...
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
So that's why I'm like, oh, I could totally
What's cool
reuse
about
this.
these too is that this is a type of plant, right, that I'm assuming you can, you know, grow in a pot, but you could do that anywhere. So even if
Yeah.
you don't have, you know,
Oh,
a
if
lot of
people-
land or anything.
People have a little balcony or something, they
Yeah.
can grow it on it.
It's a
And
perfect, you know, Hobbit.
they're pretty
plant.
low maintenance too. I've seen a lot of senior citizens growing them.
Ooh, I like that. And
So
then you put them back to nest.
now let's see this one.
Oh, here we go. Big
So first,
mama.
let's show from 2 potatoes. Okay,
Holy
well,
cow.
I mean, the red is way more impressive.
Yeah, but they're
I'm kind
still...
of surprised that I didn't get that much from the yellow.
Look at that.
But some of the plants were really struggling.
Yeah, but this is Kili's first time growing not only potatoes, but a whole farmer maggot arrangement of goods. And look at what has already come from the fruit of her labors.
Everyone
First
though, because
time.
I ran off. Everyone helped
but
look after
still.
the garden.
That's impressive.
All right,
And
let's
give me
see.
them all, please.
So these ones I specifically planted because one time I was on Etsy and I was like, I have this potato salad I make that I really love, and I love using red potatoes for
And
it.
she's gonna make it for me tonight with all of these.
I could. Huh. Oh, what is that?
Oh no. What is that? Oh.
What the
Oh,
heck?
that's a potato skin. Someone ate the insides?
Either someone ate it or this was the original seed potato.
Oh my gosh. It's like
I've never.
It's like a. It's
It looks like an egg. It looks like a
wasp nest or
reptile
something. Yeah,
egg.
it's like a. Okay, are you sure you're not growing dragons in here?
I don't know anymore. Okay, let me get some of this.
Wait, I see someone!
You see someone?
I see a little red Squidward nose peeking out. Oops.
Oh my gosh, I have to get some of this straw out of the way. This is like looking in your Easter basket and you're moving all the grass.
Yeah.
And you're like, what candy's in there? Huh. Nothing attached to that plant.
Huh.
Well. Okay, there they are. Gonna have to go under another layer. Oh my gosh, yes, look, they're like desiccated.
OMG.
That was the seed potato.
Look at that! It did everything it was supposed to do and gave its life
It did.
for these potatoes.
Okay, well, I was actually expecting to find some larger ones, but
Yeah, but this is honestly, big potatoes are kind of overwhelming. Small ones are nice.
they'll roast up pretty well. Oh, here's some big ones. I can feel those now. I'm
really?
gonna set these on the lawn.
Just these arms digging in this black pot. It's really funny.
That one's big. That's big. That's big.
Huh. Afraid of what you're gonna find.
I know it is kind of gross with all the
I
bugs.
just watched a roly poly fall off a cliff screaming.
Well,
I don't know if he was actually screaming. Ew!
Eh.
Look at him.
Okay, that's definitely what's left of the seed potato. Well, they definitely got everything they could out of their parent.
Hey, and you know what? These potatoes aren't eaten by the roly polies.
No, that's what I've noticed. They don't seem. Oh, something's been eating these. Look at this.
Oh gosh, so maybe I spoke too soon.
So they are decomposers. They'll eat stuff that's decomposing. However, I'm highly suspicious that something else, like I found a potato bug in there once. A potato bug is probably actually starting to do the bites.
Yeah.
Oh, look, here's another nest. And then once there's a hole in the potato, I think that the roly-polies move in. But that's why some people say, oh, you can just leave them in the ground until you're ready to eat them. But I wouldn't do that, not with our roly-poly issue. Ew. Oh, very desiccated. don't know how many I planted in here. It might have just been those 3 or 4.
Okay.
Oh no, these are the rotten ones. Oh, that one's okay. Oh,
Seems
here's
like
some.
that side. Oh, there's a good one.
What is that? A rock. Fortunately, that one's bitten, that one's bitten. Well, the thing, see, those are too small, but you can save the potatoes that have been damaged. Just cut off the damaged part and eat them first. What? A lizard just came running out. I'm really sorry, lizard. And there's something coming out there.
Wait, what is it? Is it a bluebelly? Holy cow! Or fence lizard?
The poor thing was probably...
One of the biggest ones.
Yeah, I probably traumatized it. It was down there where it's nice and warm and this monster's coming.
That's okay, little guy.
You're very welcome in the garden. I'm sorry I destroyed your life.
Oh my gosh, you're gorgeous.
She
It
was
really
hatching
is a dragon.
dragons.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. These really are dragon eggs?
I don't know.
Though this little guy is such a young dragon, I don't think it's of childbearing age yet. Look at you. We do probably need to live somewhere else because this might not end up so well.
I think it'll move in a minute.
Look at how pretty.
Hi, baby.
Oh, it's gonna shut it. Oh.
Go back.
You're so. Oh, his little head is dark and wet from the ground.
I hope you weren't trapped in there. I don't think so.
Probably eating the roly-poly.
Yeah, good. You're very
Oh
welcome.
my god, it's so. It's being so.
Frozen. It's kind of weird.
big breaths.
I
know.
It's okay, baby.
Yeah.
Well, the ones in the garden are really used to us because
That's true,
we're
that's
walking
true.
around in there all
That's
the time.
true. Oh yeah.
So, I think this is pretty much it. And
They look gorgeous.
I have to say, I don't see a big difference between the ones that I cut up and the ones I didn't.
Yeah. So
Like, this produced more, but this had more.
Did these grow off? Is a new potato the name of those big ones that are the kind of classic potatoes with the more gray-brown skin, or
No, usually it's a red.
okay?
Usually it's a red skin potato or yellow.
Okay.
You could buy them at the grocery store too. Look, this one started
Oh,
trying
are they
to.
those ones that are usually small?
It started to try to grow new roots to
Oh,
grow a
look
new
at it.
potato.
Dude, these potatoes are working hard.
So, I mean, we don't have ideal growing conditions, but
Hey, I would say they turned out amazing considering all to be considered. Perfect for me.
yeah, it's definitely enough for you to have a meal.
Just for me, though. Oh. There you go. Oh.
Ew.
Yeah, that's
I've
like,
never seen that when I harvested my other ones.
you know,
So let's do a little comparison. I'd say cutting up your potato is still a good idea because these are bigger.
okay.
Those are bigger and they're still, like, that's from, I'm pretty sure that was from one potato wedge.
No way.
And this was from several full-sized potatoes. Well, like, you know, like a potato like this size.
Yeah. That's
So-
so impressive, though. Look what came out of that. Wow.
All right. They're all gonna become friends now.
Well, at least
Also-
we've been living together for a while.
They aren't the exact same red variety. I wonder if that plays a role. Lizard. It's probably like, where am I?
I know. How long has he been living in there? He could have just been living off roly-polies for the last 5 months.
I know. Well, I mean, it'd be great if it was.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Is that enough for you to eat?
Enough for me. I don't know if enough to share. But since you did do all the work, guess you can have some.
How magnanimous of you.
Yeah, well, next time I go to the Michel Delving Market and buy potatoes, I won't be sharing. They make a mean hash brown.
You want to make sure too that they're all, these are nice and hard.
Yeah, what do you look for?
You
when
make
it's
sure they're
time for
hard.
harvesting?
Any obviously like yucky spots, and what you should do is just separate out the potatoes that are questionable and eat them first if they're safe to eat. None of these are green. We did good there. You never want to eat a potato with green on it.
How do you know when it's time to pull them out?
Usually the vine withers away.
Okay.
Yeah.
They look great.
Homegrown pataties.
Potatoes.
Once you've harvested all of your potatoes, it's time to sort them and store them. And when you sort them, lift up this heavy box. I thought I didn't get very much in a harvest. This is just blues and pinks. Oh no, wait, there's some yellow potatoes in there too. Look at that. So what you want to do is go through your potatoes and find any ones that are damaged, because some of them will be damaged, and any ones that are kind of yucky. For example, this one had someone take a bite out of it. But the rest of the potato is perfectly fine and we can use. So I'll put this one in a different pile, and when we go to cook with it, we'll cut that off and we'll just draw from that pile first, because those potatoes won't understandably last as long as the other potatoes. Now, when you store your potatoes, you want to make sure that they still do have a little bit of the dirt on them. That actually helps preserve them and keep them for longer. And the other thing you want to do is look for nice specimens such as this one that are about the size of an egg, and you can keep those as your seed potatoes for next year. And all you need to do that is to wrap each potato in newspaper and put it away in a cool, dark area where you can keep it over the winter, and then once most of the danger of frost has passed in the spring, you can use those potatoes to grow and grow even more potatoes the next year. So I'm going to show you how I am attempting to store our potatoes. I went ahead and purchased these sturdy milk crates, because you want to store your potatoes in a container that has ventilation, such as this. See how it's got holes in the sides? And I have some straw. This was one of our first crops of potatoes that, unfortunately, I really struggle to tell, like, this part looks like russet potato to me. That part looks like yellow potato. Unfortunately, I think the only way I can tell if it's a russet or a yellow is if I cut it open, which then I have to use it right away. So I'm not going to do that. But that's the difficult part. Another reason why I only want to plant one variety in one container, because I thought I would be able to tell the yellow and the russets apart, but I can't. And it does make a difference because the russets I have won't store or keep for as long as the yellow potatoes. So that's how it does make a difference. But when you store them, as you can see, it's kind of like nestling eggs into a nest. And you want to use a material like straw because it's dry and it'll keep out any extra moisture. It's also soft. And you make a layer of potatoes and then a layer of straw, then a layer of potatoes, then a layer of straw. But it is important to make sure your potatoes aren't touching each other. And that's just because, say this one started to rot. If it rotted and it was touching that one, that rot might spread, that fungus or whatever might spread to that potato as well. So to avoid that, you try to have them spaced out a little bit. And then afterward, I have a burlap sack that I'm just using to drape over it, just to keep all the light out, because the main thing is you don't want light getting into your potatoes because it will encourage them to sprout. For example, like this potato, this one actually started sprouting in the ground. So that's the other thing about when to harvest. I left some of mine so long that now they are growing whole new plants. And I'm not 100% sure about what to do about that. I'm just kind of letting them grow as an experiment. But if anyone has any advice, please feel free to leave it in the comments. So you want to make sure that your potatoes keep for as long as possible. You want them in a cool, relatively dry area where they're not going to get any light. If you have a basement, that's ideal. A root cellar is the best. Unfortunately, we have neither of those things, so I'm trying to find places in the house to keep our beautiful potatoes. So that's pretty much it when it comes to storing your potatoes long term. Ideal conditions are keeping it around 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and like I said, just make sure you go through them beforehand and weed through them. Also, when you've just harvested them, especially if you harvested them by chopping the green plants off, the skins are going to be really delicate, and it's okay to leave them like I've had them. These are some in a colander with a towel over them just to let some air in and let the tubers dry out a little bit. I don't think I actually have room for all the potatoes I've grown, which I suppose is a good problem to have. But, uh-oh. See, this one got a little bit of light. It would be a perfect seed potato, but I don't know if it's a russet or if it's a golden. And the other thing you want to look for, unfortunately, a potato like this. See how it's green? So the green is just chlorophyll, but it means that the tuber was exposed to light, and it's highly indicative that there is likely solanine, and solanine is poison because potatoes are in the nightshade plant family, and potatoes have actually killed people before and put people in comas. Now, you'd probably have to eat a lot of potatoes that have solanine in them to have that happen to you, but one way to reduce it is to peel the skin. I guess it largely concentrates in the skin, but if you want to just be extra safe, just toss out your green potatoes. Which, unfortunately for me, this Mambo potato I grew, which I'm really proud of, and I have no idea why it grew this big, it's got a green patch. So I might actually try to just cut that part off and see if we can eat it, because we're actually exposed to solanine through a lot of tomatoes and a lot of different foods that we eat that are in the nightshade family, but our body can handle and process that no problem. But you just don't want to get concentrations of it that could be harmful to you. And it's certainly not something I would ever feed to our hens because they're a lot smaller than us. And for example, apple seeds. I don't give whole apples to our hens because apple seeds contain, I believe it's arsenic. If I'm naming the wrong poison, please correct me in the comments. But to us, it wouldn't hurt us, but to an animal that much smaller, it could potentially cause them damage and even death. So here I am taking a dark turn in an episode about potatoes. I will say, entered my potatoes into the local county fair. I felt like such a proud hobbit. It was like I went to Michel Delving and was, this is my first full year of running the garden. And not even full year, full growing season. And I was just really excited to share my produce. And you will have to watch our farmer's market episode to see how I fared. And that one will be going up, or not farmer's market episode, what am I saying? You'll have to watch our county fair episode that I'll be putting up after this one. And you'll get to see how I did with my potatoes, how they placed and everything. So, yeah. Well, as you can see, it's very satisfying and actually quite easy to grow your own potatoes at home. So, I hope you've enjoyed learning, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Happy Hobbit, and hopefully, pretty soon, I'm going to be enjoying these potatoes either in a potato salad, or roasted, or in a stew, or, boil them, mash them, stick them in Mine! They're mine! My own! Or maybe Fili's gonna enjoy them. Wait, maybe don't throw them.
Do you think they're delicate?
Yes, look at this one's skin just split.
Oh no!
From you throwing it.
Sorry, we can eat them tonight.
But we're having hamburgers.
Oh, that's right! I thought we were eating him tonight.
Which?
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, you should try it.
Mine!
You need to ask where you get them, right?
Oh, is that how we do it?
Yeah. So maybe Alex, you say, I could still use that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Alex, you can say,
okay.
Like, well, we don't have.
Yo, that's right. That's right. Okay, yeah.
They sure do.
Have you eaten them with him before?
I wish. It's on my bucket list.
If you could ever eat again. If the wizard's curse gets listed, you'll have to eat potatoes with Aragorn.
Yeah.
Has he ever cooked them fried for you, like French fries? Fangorn
Wait,
fries?
I thought that Aragorn was just like didn't even know Daggerlot existed, and he just
That's
followed
true.
him.
Maybe you just take little bites off his plate when he's not looking.
Ew, eat his leftover. I look like I got punched in the cheek. I assure you I did not. I woke up this morning, I saw this whitehead pimple that I've had for a long time, and it looked really ready to pop, and I went at it, and I bruised myself, because apparently it wasn't ready to pop. So now I've got this thing. Oh, the joys of acne.
Action.
What are those? That's not important. Do you know if
You go right here and just get a zoom in of
can
the,
end
like,
it
from
like
her
that.
point of view of the carrots.
you can end it like that? Before that's so hard. Oh, your butt!
Action.
What are those? That's not important. Do you know if we have any potatoes?
It is kind of important. They're my carrots, but they turned out looking like goblins from Goblin Town.
Oh! Are they Urukai newborns?
I'm not sure.
Take that. Or lose your sword.
Daggerlot, show us what happened to your chair.
Oh. I don't know if I can show you.
Are you stuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Daggerlot's been eating a little too many of those potatoes lately. A little too heavy for this chair.
Oh.
Or you got a bunch. That's what he's got in his bag.
My
not really-
potato.
It's not really a feeding pump, it's a bunch of potatoes.
Yes. Oh, Daggerlot. You okay over there? Why,
My potato.
my potato. Well, yeah.
Dang it, I wasn't recording.
That's okay.
No, I was. I was just hoping you'd be like, no!
Oh man. Ah, well, you come on.